Hey guys, welcome to week 17 of training to my first powerlifting competition. Obviously last week was the mock meet. However, I still haven't competed in a powerlifting competition, so I'm going to keep the series going because why not? Firstly, apologies if it's a bit echoey in the home gym, which is yet to be finished, by the way. Not much we can do about that. I don't know if we can sort of invest in some microphone things to make that better. I don't know, but just deal with it for the time being. Quick mention to home gym. The builder put the window in, he managed to crack it, so we're waiting for a replacement on that. And currently 6 out of the 7 sockets don't work. So we have speakers, but that's it. So it's still a bit cold in here because there's a draft coming from the window and no heater. So less than ideal, but at least it's a room, right? Compared to being outside, it's a lot better. And we've got light, which is great because outside right now it is pitch black. So after the mock meet, I took about a week off, just chilled out, did a couple of workouts here and there, but nothing crazy. This week we're back with like proper programming. My coach just sent over a new plan, a 3-day split, which is a lot more focused on hypertrophy and sort of muscle building. I've also bumped up my calories a bit to go into a bit of a caloric surplus, which is the first time I've done an official bulk. Previously in my life, I've just eaten more than I needed and got fat. So it's going to be sort of a lean bulk. I'm still going to keep my nutrition as spot on as I can. I'm still going to eat, good macros and aim for sufficient protein and carbs. And then we're just going to keep tracking that over the next few weeks and see if I'm going in the right direction and putting on a bit of weight, but not too rapidly and not too slowly. Sort of get that fine balance to put mostly muscle on and minimal fat rather than mostly fat and minimal muscle. Because sort of the date I'm now aiming for, I've seen a couple of competitions sort of teased at, is around March next year. So that's sort of the target date I'm going for. If there isn't a competition, I'll do the same thing again. I'll peak myself for a mock meet at home and just test where I've got in 6 months basically. So regardless of what happens, I've said to my coach that's sort of the date I want to aim for. So let's do a similar thing as what I've done this year. Just go aim for that date. If it changes and I get a confirmed date, then change it, cool. If not, we'll aim for March. We'll do a mock meet and we'll just compare what I've done in the past 6 months basically. So yeah, as I said, it's sort of hypertrophy based block this time. Today is sort of chest and upper body focused. Some new movements I haven't done before or haven't done in a while. So some of it might be a bit of sort of playing it by ear. Weight might be a bit lighter this week while I sort of figure out what I need for each rep range. So bear with me on that. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what, add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what, add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up, matter what, told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what, add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what, add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up, matter what, told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what, told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up.
Okay, so that's my first session back after the mock meet. As I said earlier, I've been mostly just resting, chilling out to be honest, until now. Overall, I think a pretty good session. A lot of exercises, but I feel really pumped at the end of that. My muscles feel like they've actually really worked hard. A couple of notes for sort of next time is bench press. I went a little bit too heavy because it was comp bench with the pause. That obviously puts the time and attention a little bit longer than usual. So while I probably could have done that weight for touch and go, having that little pause made it a bit harder. I also failed my last rep somehow. It just lost all sort of tension throughout my body and messed up on the last one. But yeah, lesson learned. Next week I'll just drop it a little bit, make sure I can hit the rep ranges, and then just build on that week on week on week. That's fine. I'm not overly fussed about that. As I've said many times before, it's sort of the long game. It's not what happens on a day. It's what happens over a year, a few years, a decade, whatever. And then with the sort of bent over row, one thing I've struggled with that exercise before is I'll either, depending on which grip I'm using, I'll either feel it more in my triceps or more in my biceps than my back. So I really try and focus now on sort of the mind-muscle connection of using the lats to bring that bar up and using that to actually bring the weight up rather than just pulling it with my arms, trying to really feel the lats working. And yeah, overall, I felt that was probably the best sort of attempt of bent over rows I've done in a long time. So that was really good. Same with the pull-ups actually. One thing I really focus on wide grip pull-ups especially is really focusing on the lats and the engagement in the back rather than just pulling yourself up. Really focus on that and you'll sort of get a better workout for the muscle group you're targeting, at least in my opinion. So as you saw, the pull-ups are actually weighted pull-ups, and I've got a belt that you can sort of loop weights around on. If you haven't got that, I would recommend picking one up. They're only about £20 on Amazon and on other websites. Otherwise, you've got to sort of balance a weight in between your legs, or holding them between your knees, or putting chains around you. And then that limits you with sort of what weights you can work with, what jumps you can make. So I'd strongly recommend picking up one of those belts. Just hook around the weight, makes it a lot easier to sort of control it as well, I feel. But like I said, first session back, that was good. Felt like it really worked me. I feel really pumped. I feel really energized after all that, albeit a bit tired as well. Some new exercises coming the rest of the week, which you'll see in subsequent weeks to come, videos to come. On Thursday this week, which will probably be next week or the week after's video, one of those, I'm actually doing sumo deadlifts for the first time ever. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes and sort of what the progression of that is compared to my conventional deadlift, which is all I've ever really trained before. So that's going to be really interesting. But yeah, really quite excited to get stuck into this again. And like I said, I'm now in sort of a bulking phase. So we'll see how much that aids my training as well. As always, if you've seen any sort of weird technique or terrible technique, leave a comment down below. If you've got any questions, comment down below as well. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you're new around here, consider subscribing. I'm about 9 away from my random next arbitrary goal of 169, which was just a number I plucked out of the air at the time of recording. So if you want to make me smile, then hit that subscribe button. And if you've enjoyed this video and want to see more of this and my training towards my first powerlifting meet, whenever that date actually gets confirmed, consider leaving a like to the video. If you didn't like it, if you disliked it, that's fine too. Hit the dislike button. I mean, I don't know why you dislike it. I'm a pretty nice guy. It'd just be a bit rude, but it's up to you. It's up to you. As always, thank you for watching this long or skipping to this bit. Stay safe, stay well. But for now, as always, bye. The white. Okay, so that's my first. If you haven't also, no, okay.